Hello everyone, welcome to A to Z. This week we're going to talk about basil. Basil is an awesome oil that I really think is underutilized. It has a very low-key kind of aroma and is really great for relaxation, but it's also stimulating as well and can be used for a lot of different things. So we're going to go over a few things that we can use basil for today. So it comes from the basil leaves. It is steam distilled. Top properties is it's a stimulant. It is also great for pain relief. Make sure I'm not missing anything. It's a steroidal. It is regenerative. It's an antispasmodic, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and digestive supporting oil. It is spectacular. It can also be found in the massage blend and in the tension blend, which tells you that it's great for pain relief, which is one of the ways that I love to use it. And it pairs well with some of the citrus oils, so bergamot and lime, wild orange. So a lot of great uses for this. How I personally use it is I use it for any kind of ear pain, right? So this time of year, we're getting a lot of sinus stuff, allergy issues, and a lot of people have like congestion and clogged eardrums and stuff like that. So basil is really great. Just apply it on the back of the ear bone. I love it there, rub it in a couple times a day. I also love it on my temples, so if you have a headache or tension or even sinus stuff, anything like that, basil rubbed on those areas is really, really good. I mainly use it for pain relief, so you could put this in a mixture with a few other oils. My pain relief blend includes basil, so it's frankincense, lemongrass, marjoram, basil, and copaiba, and I use fractionated coconut oil with that. I put it in a little roller ball. You could also just apply it topically on the area of pain as well, but it is nice for sort of subtle pain relief. It's also great for adrenal fatigue. So if you have adrenal fatigue, you can apply it under your nose, to the bottoms of your feet, the back of your neck, your forehead, or over the adrenal area. Earaches, which we've already talked about, so behind the ear, beneath the ear area, swab in the ear canal. You don't want to ever put oils inside your ear, your nose, your eyes, anything like that. But a little drop of this on a cotton swab, just swabbed on the outside of the ear, is safe and okay. So that'll help relieve pain and swelling. And infection, because it's antiviral and antibacterial. So it will help with any bacteria that you might have going on in the ear. So for children, this is a really great option, and I wish that I knew about essential oils when my kids were little, because my kids were the kids that had ear infection after ear infection after ear infection after ear infection for years. And basil is really great to help, not just because it is an antibacterial oil, but also because it helps with pain relief. And then you're not getting the antibiotics to the kids that will then disrupt their microbiome. So we're going to talk so much this month about your immune system and stuff like that, so I'm not going to go into too much of it here tonight. But it's also great for migraines and dizziness. Like I said, you can pair this with other oils for pain relief. So for migraines, I'd probably pair this with a wintergreen or a peppermint, and like I said, rub it on the temples. You can also do what's called a halo, and this is where you would take it and rub it all the way back behind your ear and back up and around. So when you're doing any oils on your face, you definitely want to be diluting them. So make sure that you're using a coconut oil or other carrier oil to dilute while you're putting it on the areas. Mental fatigue and focus. So this is great. I love the smell of basil, and it does have a really subdued sort of scent, but it is really, really, really nice. It actually is very relaxing for me, but it's good if you pair it with like a wild orange or a bergamot or something like that to kind of pep you up. nausea and cramping. So this is really good. For nausea, you can take it in a capsule. For cramping, you can apply on the abdomen area. Gout and rheumatoid issues, so apply to the spine and the bottoms of the feet, the ears, the ankles, and over the heart for both of those. PMS and menstrual issues, so applying to the abdomen to stimulate menstrual flow and assist with easing cramping. And then emotional balance. I love this diffused, and like I said, I diffuse it. I like it with balance. So if I'm using this at night, I'd probably pair it with balance and maybe copaiba and something else. If I'm using it during the day, I use it with citrus oils because it is really uplifting, and it does kind of bring a calm to your mind and body. Muscle spasms and inflammation. So again, apply to the spine or bottoms of the feet, or take it internally in a capsule. It's also really good for bug bites, snake bites, and spider bites. So diffusing or spraying diluted with water or witch hazel can actually work to repel insects, and then you would apply it topically to a bite. So lots of great ways that you can use basil, and I do think it really is an underutilized oil. I love to cook with it, so if you're making any kind of sauce or anything like that, just a drop of basil. I personally enjoy it in I will make like mozzarella, tomato kind of salad, and a couple drops of basil in that is really, really nice, especially if you don't have fresh basil around. It gives it a really nice flavor. So the emotional components of basil, it's known as the oil of renewal. So the symptoms of adrenal exhaustion help identify the main moods that are treated with basil, primarily overwhelmed, fatigued, low energy, and the inability to cope with life stressors. The smell of basil oil brings strength to our heart and relaxation to the mind. This oil is also excellent for nervousness, anxiety, and depression. Basil oil supports those who are under a great amount of mental strain. It brings rejuvenation and vital forces after long periods of burnout and exhaustion. Basil oil strengthens the adrenals and restores the body to its natural rhythms of sleep, activity, and rest. It also helps for addiction recovery, so it gives hope and optimism to a tired soul. It may assist an individual in giving up false stimulants and other substances related to addictions. By increasing one's natural energy, it supports individuals to achieve greater balance and health. In short, basil is indicated for those who are weary in mind and body, and for those in need of strength and renewal. So the negative emotions it can help with, again, are anxiousness, weary, overwhelmed, tired, drained, exhausted, and addicted. And the positive properties of this oil is it's energizing, renewing, rejuvenating, rested, and strengthened. So basil, underutilized, awesome oil. If you don't have it, you definitely want to get it. It is a really, really good all-around, very mild smelling oil that you can use for so many different things. So I hope you learned a little something today about basil, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to post them in this post, and we'll get back to you. All right, have a good night.